Okay, the clock is running. We're here to factor a monster. X to the fourth minus 10x to the third plus 11x squared plus 94x minus 68. Let's start with, hopefully you understand that when we factor this guy, we'll be looking for a binomial, x plus or x minus a number, and that the other factor will have to start with x to the third, because x times x to the third has to give this x to the fourth at the beginning. I'm going to erase that line and get it out of the way here. There we go. Hey, pretty good job. After we get that factorization, then we'll bring down this first binomial, whatever it is, and then we'll be looking for a second x plus or minus a number that will go into this polynomial. And hopefully you understand this factor will begin with x squared, because x times the x squared has to give this x to the third. And time to erase that sucker. There we go. And then on the next step, we'll bring down the first binomial. We'll bring down the other factor we found, and then this x squared polynomial, quadratic trinomial, will factor into two others. Okay, now the problem is finding these binomials, because this polynomial doesn't use any of the special factoring methods we've learned. We have no choice but to start dividing by x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 3, x minus 3, and so on, until we get lucky and find something that works. Now, when we get down to like x plus 5, since 5 won't divide into the number on the end here, the minus 168, then we wouldn't bother trying x minus 5. If the number doesn't divide into the number term on the end, you're wasting your time to try and do the division. But the ones, of course, will always work. So we're going to divide x plus 1 into 1x to the fourth minus 10x to the third plus 11x squared plus 94x minus 168. To divide by x plus 1, we put a minus 1 in this divisor box. And bring down the 1. 1 times minus 1 is minus 1, adds to minus 11. Minus 11 times minus 1 is positive 11, adds to 22. 22 times minus 1 is minus 22, adds to 72. Yep, 72 times minus 1 is minus 72. Yeah, I don't really care about that. It's not going to give me 0. Remember, we're looking for a 0 to come up here, because that means it divided evenly, but not this time. Now to make this short, I'm going to tell you that x minus 1, where the divisor would be a plus 1, into 1 minus 10, 11, 94 minus 168. I'm going to tell you that this one won't work either. I guess I could go with it. Bring down the 1. 1 times 1 is 1 minus 9. Minus 9 is 2. 2 is 96. 96, you can see, won't work. God bless you. I'm not alone making this video. Then we would try x plus 2, because 2 does go into 168 up here, so it's possible. That means I'd use a minus 2 in the divisor box. I'm going to tell you that this one won't work either. I was going to skip this part, but now I'm ending up doing it anyway. Bring down the 1, minus 2, minus 12, positive 24, 35, minus 70, 24, minus 48, will not give me a 0. So the first 3 binomials here don't work, but the next one, x minus 2, should work. We put a 2 in the divisor box. 1 minus 10, 1194, minus 168. Bring down the 1. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 8. Minus 16 is minus 5. Minus 10 is 84. 84 times 2 is 168. Voila! A remainder of 0, which means this binomial x minus 2 divided into the polynomial evenly, so way back up to the top here, guys, where I'm putting the star, this has to be an x minus 2, and the other factor that begins with x to the third, I'm circling it at the bottom. It's the answer to the division. 1, 1, minus 8, minus 5, 84. Come back up to the top now where the star is. That's 1x to the third, minus 8x squared, minus 5x, plus 84. So now I'm on to my next step. Bring down the x minus 2. Now I got to try to find another binomial that will work. X minus 2 worked, so I should try it again. There could be another binomial of x minus 2. So my divisor is 2. Now I'm not dividing into the original polynomial anymore. I'm dividing into this one I'm underlining, x to the third, which is 1x to the third minus 8, minus 5, and 84. And bring down the 1. 2 gives me minus 6. Minus 12 gives me minus 17. Minus 34 does not give me a 0. So there's only one x minus 2. So I move on to the 3's. Does 3 go into 168? 160, yes, because 8 and 6 is 14 and 1 is 15. So if you add up the 3 digits, you get a number divisible by 3, so it is divisible by 3. So I'll do x plus 3, which means my divisor is minus 3, into 1 minus 8 minus 5 minus 84. Bring down the 1. Minus 3 is minus 11. Minus 11 times minus 3 is 33. 5 from 33 is 28. 28 times minus 3 is 60 and 24, 84. This number should be a positive. You see I copied the 84 wrong. I made it negative, and it's supposed to be positive. So let me get my eraser out here and erase this minus sign. Go back to my writing tool, so now I get minus 84, and I get a remainder of 0. So that tells me that x plus 3, come on back up here, means x plus 3 is this binomial, and this polynomial that starts with x squared is right here, down here again where I'm circling. It's 1 minus 11/28, which is 1x squared minus 11x plus 28. So the next step, I bring down the x minus 2, I bring down the x plus 3. I got a nice simple quadratic here. What two numbers multiply to 28 and add up to minus 11? Oh, I just paused the video, but that doesn't give you any more time because when it's running, it'll still go at the same speed. Not too smart there, Wilson. Anyway, hopefully you came up with the numbers are minus 4 and minus 7. So I now have the 4 binomials that multiply to the original polynomial I was trying to factor. And that's how you do it. End of story. Let's give myself a big star here. And there we go. All done. Yay.